Well, hey city kids, you might notice that I'm in a little bit of a different place right now. I'm outside, and that is because today we're gonna do a little experiment, and it involves Coke and Mentos gum. Now, I'm a little nervous about this experiment. It's gonna be really fun, but I'm a little nervous at what's gonna happen, right? Like, is it gonna explode? Is it gonna work or is it not? What do I do? And man, I honestly need some courage for this experiment. And so we're about to do this, but actually today's lesson has something to do with this. Today in our lesson, we're talking about bravery. So while I kind of muster up the courage to do this, let's hear our lesson.
Now this month, we've been talking about a memory verse. Does anyone know what it is? Great job. Our memory verse is Deuteronomy 31:6. Here's what it says. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, for the Lord your God goes with you. Okay, now let's do it together. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, for the Lord your God goes with you. Deuteronomy 31:6. Great job, guys. Now this week, practice that verse because we're going to practice it again next week. Now let's jump into our story. Today's true story from the Bible starts with a man named Daniel. Everyone say, "Hey, Daniel." Great job. So Daniel loved God and prayed to God every day. He loved him with all his heart. Daniel knew that he could always trust God. Now, Daniel worked for the king. That was his job. The king, a dude named Darius, liked Daniel because Daniel was wise. And you know what? He worked really hard. The king liked Daniel so much that he wanted to put him in charge of everything. Isn't that crazy? Imagine being put in charge of everything by a king. It's pretty cool. But this made some other people really jealous, and honestly, it made them angry. These angry people definitely did not want the king to put Daniel in charge of everything. So they thought of a way to get Daniel in trouble. Now, I'm going to test your memory. Who did Daniel pray to every day? Yes! The angry people knew that Daniel prayed to God every day, and he really spent a lot of time with God. He had a heart for him. So they decided to trick the king into making a new rule. The new rule said that no one could pray to God. And when the rule said no one, it really meant no one. They could only pray to King Darius. And if anyone broke this new rule, they would be thrown into a den of hungry lions. Everyone give me a shocked face. Do you know what a lion sounds like? Let's all pretend to be lions together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Roar! Wow, you guys sound so good. If there were a Lion Sounds Championship, you would be the winner. Now, the new rule said that people couldn't pray to anyone but the king. But who did Daniel pray to every day? That's right. Daniel only prayed to the one true God. Do you think the new rule made Daniel stop praying to God? No. Daniel was brave. He knew he could be strong and courageous because of his trust and obedience to God. Because Daniel trusted God, Daniel prayed to him every day, just as he always did. When the angry people saw Daniel praying to God, they scurried off to tell the king. King Darius, they said, Daniel was praying to God and not to you. Throw him in the lion's den. Now this made the king very sad. He didn't want to throw Daniel in the lion's den, but he had to follow his new rule. So Daniel had to go to the lion's den. Let's roar one more time like hungry lions. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Roar! Good job. Good job. Daniel was brave, though, because he knew that he could trust God. Even though he was in a scary situation, he knew that God was protecting him. King Darius said to Daniel, I hope the God you pray to every day saves you from the lions. All night long, the king worried about Daniel. He knew deep down that this was wrong. He felt regret for his decision. Then finally in the morning, the king ran to the lion's den. he called out, "Daniel, Daniel, did the God you pray to every day save you from the lions?" Daniel answered, "Yes, King. God sent an angel to shut the mouths of the lions. I'm not hurt at all." Everyone say, "Woohoo!" Good job. The king was so happy that he wrote a new rule saying that everyone should pray to the one true God. Daniel trusted God even when it was a little scary, and God helped Daniel be brave. And you know what? God can help you be brave too. Wow, what an awesome story. I don't know about you, but sometimes it can be hard to be brave and to stand in faith. But I know that with Him, with God, we can be brave. We get to lean on God's strength and not on our own. Okay, guys, let's get back to our experiment.
All right, guys, that lesson I think really taught me that in life, I should be brave. Now, part of being brave is trusting God. And obviously, what we're talking about with that is, serious things like, helping others, being brave enough to share God's word, being brave enough to speak up when something isn't right. But you know what? There are also other things that we should be brave in too, like doing fun experiments. And I've got a fun experiment right here that we're gonna do. It's Coke and Mentos. I've got 23 Mento pieces of gum right here that I'm about to stick in this Coke. Now, what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to explode as soon as I stick this in. So here's the thing. If you ever try this at home, only do it with a parent around. Make sure you have permission, but we're gonna have some fun right here, okay? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Now I gotta open this. All right. Okay, guys, I am so nervous. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that explode. There is so much fizz around this thing. I don't even know how I'm gonna clean it up. That is amazing. Wow. Okay, while I wait to clean this up, and while I just honestly celebrate the fact that this experiment worked, we are going to do our curiosity question. Okay, so let's pull this out. Let's check out what it is. Today's curiosity question is this: how did Daniel trust God when things were getting difficult? Talk to the adult that is with you about this question. Guys, I had a great time with y'all today. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to subscribe to the City Kids YouTube channel and hit that bell button so you don't miss an episode. And if you're having as much fun as we are, be sure to give this video a thumbs up.